Paranormal Evidence.
Tonight, see what truly exists inside the world of the paranormal. Inside. Join the discussion and review some of the best paranormal evidence captures from a wide variety of experienced and up-and-coming investigators. See and hear what they capture, where they captured it, and how they captured it. Right now on Entity Voices
Paranormal Evidence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Entity Voices Paranormal Evidence. I'm Chris.
I'm Audra.
I'm Tony.
I'm Cherie.
Laura's here.
And I'm frightened by how this show has opened up so far.
We have just begun.
I'm wrong. Welcome, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
We're back to make another memorable Monday. I'm sorry, I said the word.
Uh-oh.
Tony, don't hate me.
No, but we didn't say happy Monday. Just
That's true.
Monday.
Steve holds it.
I'm going to start replacing people.
The hook's going to come out.
Good to rock.
Showing up.
Steve holds it.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Hi, Melissa.
Yo, B.
Yo.
Spirit Stalker. Hey, how are you?
Everybody have a good
Roger had some funny comments last week. He had some funny comments last
He
week.
had some very funny comments.
Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Or should I say hello, Dolly?
Katie Holte.
Katie.
Oh.
Those Holtes.
Yeah, they're both on.
They're both here.
And Melissa.
That's right.
The whole family. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we're all here tonight.
And
Hey,
Carrie.
Oh.
Terry.
Carolyn.
Carol.
Hey, Carol.
Carol.
Thank you, guys.
I say we scrap all the evidence. We don't show any. We just keep greeting people for
Yes.
an
That's
hour.
more
That
fun.
would be a new show for us.
Yes.
I think we should mix it up a little bit. So,
Yes. Entity Voices, polite evidence. Same letters.
About midway through the show, we'll start saying goodbye.
Yeah, exactly. Have an exit strategy.
Tony, Tree, did you guys do anything exciting last week?
Weekend.
Tony and Tree.
sorry, I was reading comments. Let's see, what did we do last? Oh, I did lots of tests on direct radio voice.
Yes.
Some of them, there'll be some clips tonight that I'm going to share based on this new layout. And they may not be as spectacular as other ones we've played in the past because it was a test. But they're not bad considering it was a first go around. So
It really, Tony, it depends really on how you use the word spectacular or what you're labeling with it, because you're talking about maybe the loudness and the clarity of some of the DRV from other tests or method.
right.
Perhaps less loud, but in concept and in what you were able to figure out and do and as an advancement, absolutely spectacular.
Well, I appreciate that and thank you. But you know me, if every person in the room can't hear it clear as a bell and know exactly what was said, I'm not happy.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh,
And he did
I gotta
delicious sandwich.
I gotta post this one. If you haven't seen it, it's on Cherie's page.
Yeah,
That's what I just said. That's so funny. We're here, Melissa. We're here. That sandwich looked delicious.
Yeah. Entity Voices, Paranormal Eatery. See, the letters still work.
I'll have my order placed and delivered, please.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Tony can pull it
For
off.
everybody watching, I don't know how Tony stays so skinny. You should see the man eat.
I eat constantly.
You think he's skinny?
Not so much anymore, but
Compared to Chris?
I literally watched my clock every time I ate something today at work, there was barely a time I wasn't looking at my clock because, I mean, I'll sit down at my desk and I'll pull food out of my lunch bag and I'll just, I didn't really eat that much
He
for lunch.
eat 50 times a day.
I literally just munch all day. But
Yeah.
That's
now
how
I
he's
do it
thin.
with celery, pickles, not chips, and so yeah.
That's good.
Well, he's eating good, and his metabolism's kicking all the time. And maybe that's one of his tests.
Possible.
Could be.
Ron and Lourdes, what did you guys do?
Did we do anything last week?
Over the weekend, we my son was with us, which we always cherish that time. He's not always here. We worked on the project that we're working on with Tony a lot. Between clips for this and then preparing for our trip coming up in a week, I spent almost all weekend sitting at the computer. Also, I did a couple of tests with some stuff. Also, we're sharing some evidence tonight.
I created music for the.
She did.
And did a good job.
Which was fantastic, actually. I was really,
Shocked.
really impressed. Shocked. Okay. Now, if you can make a sandwich,
I know.
I'll love you as much as I can.
But for anybody,
yeah,
sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No,
I was
no.
just gonna say, for anybody not knowing what they're referring to as far as music, and we are putting together a documentary on direct radio voice, which I'm hoping will have completed and be able to release mid to late summer, hopefully. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
We'll be good. We got some of the icons of the pioneering age also willing to contribute to it, which is freaking awesome. And then this weekend we're planning on, and we're gonna drag the Rathmans into it. And Chris and Audra, if you guys are around, we're gonna try to do something live. Not this weekend, actually, the weekend of the 17th and the 18th. We're gonna be at if you saw the documentary, The House in Between, we're gonna be down there in Mississippi the 17th and the 18th. And we're gonna do a live at least once from that house for sure. So we want to see
That'd be cool.
some kind of a cross correspondences with data and aggregating information and answers and something with Tony and Cherie from where they are to where we are down there. So that should be fun. And the documentary thing, by the way, I'm producing segments and stuff for it. Tony's doing a lot of the editing and production for it, and his talent goes beyond sandwiches. Let me say that. It's,
Well, thank you.
he's really good at it.
We'll see how the final comes out, but I'm
Yeah.
glad you're happy with it. I think it's coming along
Yeah.
quite nicely. Just there's a lot to do yet, but it's going good.
Awesome.
It is
What
going good.
about
How about you?
you guys, Chris and Audra?
I did review.
I helped from the other room.
Yeah. From actually, she does help from the other room.
I do. I
I
can.
know.
It
helps.
It was actually a positive review because I went, "Did you flipping hear that?" And she's like, "Yes, I did."
We do the same thing. That's how I know. It's I can
Cherie
hear
does that
it.
to me. Cherie does that to me all the time. I'll be running DRV and it'll say Cherie, and she'll be like, "I heard my name. I heard my name." So did I.
Yeah. Tony, sometimes I'm like listening to a piece of review, or I'm putting together a video, like annotating stuff that I'm sure of that's there, and I'll do something and I'll play it, and then I'll start and then all of a sudden a voice comes towards me with the Doppler effect and and says, rewind that, play it again, rewind that. No, not there, further. Go back further.
Because I heard it from the other room. Yeah.
You know what sucks? That's where making fun of her has to stop, because when she does that, there's something there.
Yeah.
Same with Cherie.
Yeah.
Same with Cherie.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
funny.
Audra was packed, so we've been
I've
telling you guys
packed for 3 days.
we're going to Key West Wednesday. We fly in Wednesday morning, we stay till Sunday, and we just love Key West. Audra was packed Saturday at 10 a.m.
Oh my.
She's ready.
Yeah, flight doesn't leave till Wednesday morning.
I'm ready.
That's a
She's
good
ready.
thing, though.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with somebody who's this one.
What?
I'll say we have to leave here at 5:45. Absolute latest time. 6:20. I'm almost done. Every time. Every
Not
time.
ready, but unpacked.
I didn't say she was leaving on time. I said she was packed.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
I should have known the difference.
all the females in Audra's family, if you tell them I want to leave around 6, around means from 5
6:01.
to 7.
It's a range.
I literally, Audra will go, what time are we leaving? We have to be in the truck at.
Yeah, I lost the around word 14 years ago.
Yeah.
We have to be in the car backing out of the driveway at. We still don't make it.
Yeah.
Don't give Ron any ideas, please.
I'm still stunned by the fact that you get to the airport and they sell luggage there. Like, are people showing up carrying their clothes, going, "Thank God, you have one of those. I can use that."
That's for the guy trying to check the garbage bag full of clothes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I tell you what, when we retire, my business idea is, and feel free to use this, I want to go to like an airport, and you know those stores they have, like if you go to Dallas, they have all the like the Cowboys and Mavericks and stuff. I want to open up a store that's like welcome to Dallas, but I want to do it in like Cincinnati. People get off the plane, they get off the plane, they're like, "Am I in the wrong airport? What?"
And then film it.
I
Yeah,
like it.
right?
But maybe to cut costs down, you don't have to open a whole store. Maybe just put up some signs. Welcome to Dallas. Wait,
Much
what?
cheaper.
Just,
So
you
you
know,
get-
I'm always looking at cost savings.
4 sets of signs with different cities than the one they're in, and let 5 planes come in, then switch them. Let 5 planes come in, then switch them.
Yep, my people,
Oh my gosh.
my people.
I bet everybody's probably wondering why we're just bullshitting.
Yeah.
Because these are your guests tonight.
Yeah.
This is
Hi,
it.
welcome to Entity Voices.
Cut down on air travel.
Yeah. Okay.
So I hope you guys have a drink, some chips, something to snack on, because we've got a lot of evidence to show you from all of us tonight.
Snack.
Nah.
And we're gonna switch it up like we did the last few shows. We're gonna go Tony, Chris, Ron, Cherie, Audra, Lourdes,
Something like that.
something to that effect. Yes.
Mhm.
Awesome guest anyway. Oh, thank you,
Very
right?
cool.
Thank you.
Very nice. We appreciate you guys being here for us. Our own evidence, our guests and their evidence. A lot of people show up all the time. Some new people. We say it all the time, but we really mean it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. And we have the
do.
best audience. You guys are here every week. We absolutely love that. I'm just looking at the enthusiasm in the chat room. I mean, you guys are great. We appreciate it very, very much.
I do want to take one second to do a little bit of a serious note. Scott Riddick, who was on the show last week from PPIT here in North Carolina, his wife Heather unfortunately lost her mother a couple days ago, and I just wanted to say from the EVPE cast here, love and prayers to you guys. We're here for you if you need us, and we just wanted to say that we're sorry and send our condolences out to the family.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank
And
you,
there's
everybody.
Rebecca that was on the show last week. There she is.
Very kind of you. Steve Holte had a great comment there a second ago too. I don't know if you saw that.
What do you say?
Yep, right there.
No, there.
That's right. Don't forget it. There you go.
An icon of ITC has spoken.
That's
Stay
right.
haunted.
Drop the radio.
No, don't ever drop the radio.
Yeah, come on, let's not get crazy. Yeah.
But catch it with the other hand.
Right.
All right. So you didn't want to mention a certain thing, so I'm just going to say Tony's first clip is testing.
Okay. So
Curveball at Chris, who has trouble speaking sometimes.
let me just give a brief introduction to probably the next 4 or 5 clips. Not that they'll be in order, but you know that this will apply to all of them. Ron and Lourdes and Cherie and I have been working through just various scenarios about the responses that we get, how we're getting them, testing theories on how we think they're coming through. And tests either do one of two things. They either allow us to go, okay, that didn't do anything, that didn't work, and whatever we were thinking, we know we need to rethink and then try something new. So what you're about to watch when Chris plays, like I said, the next 4 or 5 clips, I didn't put any wording in, and I did that purposely. So what's in there isn't going to show up in text, and I did that purposely because what I want to know is, can you guys hear also what we heard or what I heard? That was the first test. How clear you think it is. So feel free to throw in comments like that. Some of them are really short. It may only be 1 word or 2 words. Some of them may be longer, but basically what this test was, we went from the actual radio in direct radio voice. We then 6 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever it's been for, I don't even know. We removed the radio and realized we could get the same conversations with a white noise generator. And then for this test, I actually removed the white noise generator. And that's all I'm going to say. But the consensus was that I had made some comment on some show that, I had a closed circuit. And literally what I meant was it's a closed circuit because I was being told I was picking up satellite signals and baby monitors and everything in between, which a white noise generator absolutely has no ability to do. But what I realized was it still had the ability to get these voices to come through because these spirits or extraterrestrials or whatever they are, spirits, I'm going to assume, aren't in the white noise generator, which means it's truly not a closed circuit. So that's what this test was based on, and whether I could pull them directly from the white noise in the natural environment. So that's all I'm gonna say for now, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah, and can I just say too that's what made this, to me, when you were saying in the beginning about being spectacular or not, I forget if that was the word you used, but that's why conceptually I thought that it was, because it's closed circuit in as much as your home is a closed environment, right? But still, at some point, the energy that the radio wave makes up and the energy that the wall makes up are occupying the same space at the same time, and one of them is getting through the other. So right. This example of what you've been able to do with this shows the fact that on a quantum physics level, subatomic level, somewhere in there, something is permeating your process. And a little plastic closed box that's around a white noise generator does not prevent that from happening the same way we were able to get voices in an underground mine, right, where there was no signal with a carrier wave at all. So that's why I thought conceptually what you came up with was really, really great.
Thank you. Well, we wouldn't be doing any of this without you and Lourdes's years of sitting in front of a white noise station listening for hours at a time, multiple times a week. So
you know what the secret to that is? You know what the secret to that is? You know how we did it? Sandwiches.
And alcohol. Beer and wine, that's the only way I could sit for hours listening to it. But
no kidding, we're crazy with what we do. We're crazy.
But you guys did great. You guys did great.
This is fantastic. I think this is really cool.
All right. So here's the first testing. Here we go.
Oh, I heard testing.
That was clear.
Yeah, it said testing.
That one was. And again, there's no radio. There's no white noise generator. I'm not going to go into detail yet about how it's being pulled in. But that stuff's floating around all over. It probably in the white noise in the natural environment. And it's just a matter of bringing it in. And
which is where, how we say it, and you've been saying it all the time now, this is where the timing and relevance is critical, because the radio waves and all that stuff is floating all around all the place too, but they don't hear you because you're not using a transceiver and broadcasting out. So when these things are responding, before it said testing, it said something about we are testing or something came before that.
Yeah.
And then the testing was really clear. I mean, you can't get more relevant than that. That's exactly what you were doing.
Well, that was really the first one. Well, no, there was one week or two ago that I tried that I got him. This was the first set that I actually broke apart to show, but it's just blown away. I mean, absolutely blown away. Carol's asking if you can play it one more time. Can you play it again so they can thank you?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So I heard testing.
Yep. We call it tests. And then she said 2 times, they said, listen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in there. Like I said, I wanted the audience to be able to hear it without me putting up, because I remember somebody said, oh, you put that in my head, you put the words up, that's what I'm going to hear every time. Okay. I mean, I understand that, but my brain doesn't shut down just because somebody puts up some words.
Right. And that's
is that what I heard?
I have that. I don't know if it's in the new book or if it's in the one I'm writing, the 4th one, but I'm speaking to that too, because there's such a thing as continuity of thought. You can't just run with a concept like, it's called syllogism thinking. When you go, a cat has 4 legs, a table has 4 legs, therefore a table is a cat.
Right.
No, you can't do that. But so this power of suggestion, I mean, can you play the soundtrack to the Waltons and make people think they're watching the Jeffersons if you put the words up there? I mean, you can't. The suggestion power thing is limited. I think people get a little carried away with, leaning in that as an excuse or to explain something away. And then when you heard it, to annotate it, where was your power of suggestion? Oh, wait, you were using your ears.
Right. What I wrote is what I heard. You don't
That's my
you can
point.
say I didn't hear that. That's why is written what I thought I heard. But
Well, speaking of the book,
there it is.
Bam!
Very well written, by the way. Very.
Thank
well.
you. I appreciate it.
don't
That means a
forget
lot.
to get your copies, guys.
The support's been fantastic. I know Courtney Peterson just sent me a picture. She got it.
Thank you, Sherry.
Man, just the fact that anybody cares to share the thoughts that I have and read it, and I appreciate it. I've been Steve Holt, I heard prophecy. Yep, I wouldn't doubt that. I've been blessed to be able to do this and to be working with you guys, and so I'm very grateful for the support with that. It really is cool.
Yep, that's awesome.
All right. So the next one is, of course, us, because at the Trivet Clinic, because we had 3 recorders going. So there's still I still have
Still a lot.
There's still a lot for me to review.
Carrie has some too.
Yeah, I'm sure Carrie has some too. But this one, all of the clips that we have tonight are from the recorder on the first floor. And, like we said, this is an older building, so you can hear us when we're on the second floor. It's not as loud. You can tell we're on the second floor. You can tell when we're on the first floor. You can tell in the basement, it's murmured. You can't hear what we're saying, but you can tell we're talking. But this one was caught on the first floor, and you're going to hear something very close to the recorder. And I didn't put any text in mine tonight either. So you're going to hear something very close to the recorder.
Everybody think
yeah. You're going to hear something very close to the recorder. We are on the second floor. We are nowhere near this recorder, all 3 of us.
I was going to say, remember, there's only 3 of us in this entire house the whole time.
So here we go.
Oh, I heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard it too.
that was close too. Whatever it was, that was close to the microphone.
Yeah, it was really close.
Play it again. Play it again.
Play it again.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is the only one that it doesn't have words in it that I have.
Maybe.
It's
Is that
like
Like a yes.
a yes, or even just a.
Yeah.
It sounds like a male going to me.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference of this embodied voice and also the human talking, you guys talking.
Right. Yeah.
It's very clear.
It's disembodied, no doubt about it.
He bumped into your recording. He's like,
You know what he did? You know what he did? we were upstairs. He turned the corner and thought he was by himself and saw the recorder went.
Maybe he tripped on the red bucket.
Probably. Yeah.
We didn't have
Actually, I didn't use the red buckets on this investigation because it was just
Darn.
yeah.
Wow.
All right, well, rule that out then.
Yeah. It wasn't All right, Ron, we've got yours up next. And I'm going to start speeding up, guys, because we have a ton for you tonight. So, Ron, EVP Shanley to hell.
Yeah,
with.
do that one. Do that one because we always have direct radio voice stuff, and this is a good example of why people like her and their approach is good because she records all the time. She actually wasn't with me this time. She actually went to bed right before this happened at the Shanley, but I learned from what she does, and I record as much as possible now. So this is right before I start a session for direct radio voice. And I'm talking about how people went to bed, but we're going to do it anyway. And then boom.
All right.
EVP.
Here we go.
With word.
All right. Here we go.
Source can't set it off. Right. All right, this is going to be a direct radio voice. 3 a.m. There's only
3 times in a row. As soon as it stops,
Keith, Lindsay, Ron, Anthony, and Uncle Giuseppe.
Stop.
Uncle
And then-
Giuseppe. It's the end of the day here. I'm going to Uncle Giuseppe.
All right, let's see who comes through. Talk to us. We're doing this late, but we're doing it. It sounded good when I turned it on just to check it earlier.
That was great.
Screw you.
I didn't hear it. I kept yapping. I didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
It's loud.
That was fantastic.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you guys don't mind, I'm going to delete these after we play them so I don't lose track of where I'm at.
So don't
But if you do lose track of where you're at, you know what you say.
Bye.
I don't know where I am.
Where I'm at.
Where I am. I don't know where I am. Oh, I'm sorry.
I kind of hear waivos.
Hi, Anthony. He's not there yet.
All right, so we're back to Tony. And this one's another test. And I'm not going to say what it's titled this time.
All right, you can play it.
All right, here we go.
All right, spirits, I'm here to communicate with you today. Will you please communicate with me? You're welcome.
Male and a female. I heard it
That
twice.
thank you was clear.
And your name?
There's 3 of them there.
Yeah.
But
Why
that
is it
last
only-
one was very clear.
Yeah. I heard a male first that was very soft, and then the loud one sounded female. Yeah.
Well, then there's this like overpowering voice that almost sounds like something's banging, but it's a voice. And you'll hear that in a couple of them because I don't know who it is and I don't know what they're doing, but it shows up through a couple of different clips.
I heard your name too. I heard Tony.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Yep.
That never happens when Rathman's doing shit.
Now, my
Someone
name
said
never
that
comes
they
up.
heard.
Yeah.
What was that person? They said that they heard.
We have something to tell you, and somebody else heard
Yeah.
trying to help you. There you go.
Yeah.
Wendy Hayes.
Tony, and thank you, Claire, to be up to
Yeah.
you. I agree. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, it's that's the question, Spirit Stalker. That's the question. It's fascinating though because it removed the white noise and it removed it to a certain degree. The means within which he's pulling any kind of a signal in is intriguing.
We believe so sometimes, Carol. if they adjust our system. I think
Yeah,
they do.
absolutely.
we asked that last night.
I don't know if I put that one in there, but Cherie said you have permission to manipulate, and it cleared up. I mean, things were it, but I don't think I put that in there, but we'll see.
You know, that's funny you guys say that, because I don't believe they just adjust your system. I think they play with your equipment to make sure you're captured. Trans-Allegheny was a great one, because the bucket I had sitting on the 1800 section, I had it pointed towards. So as you go from section to section, they sit like this, and there's a little bitty hallway that connects it to another big hallway. And I had my recorder pointed this way. I picked up nothing for an hour. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you hear something fidgeting with the bucket.
Wow.
We go back, walking back down there, and my recorder's been turned. Right? I caught 4 or 5 EVPs after that. So I would say they'd not only adjust your settings, they might actually move your equipment in order to make, if they want to communicate, they're going to find a way to communicate no matter what you're using.
Exactly.
Well, that I would completely agree with, and I'm fine with them messing with my system, but I don't know, I'm comfortable with them playing with my equipment.
Just moving it around.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Stop.
You're going to touch it, you finish.
Yeah. Don't play with the sandwich man's meat. Is what we're saying.
I could keep going with this, but I'm not going to, because
would turn into that. So
Yeah, no. See what happens when we don't have the class of a guest.
No,
The show just goes downhill.
the chains have been removed.
Wrong.
All right. So this next one, you'll hear us talking in this one at the Trivet Clinic, first floor. And apparently there's somebody in there that doesn't want us there. That's all I'm going to say. All right, here we go. Why my mouse died? There it goes. Here we go. Did you hear it?
Can you play that one more time?
Yeah.
I want to hear it
I
again.
think I missed it.
It's an older male's voice telling us to go somewhere.
All right. In the middle?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Ron may have pressed the button. I didn't get to hear it.
No, I didn't.
I can play it again.
faint.
Do you want me to say what I'm hearing?
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle.
Is that it? What Spirit Stalkers?
Exactly it.
Play it one more time. I want to see if I can hear it.
I'll play it one more time. And y'all, StreamYard sucks.
Yeah.
This stuff's a lot louder when I play that same clip on my computer than it is on StreamYard. No offense, StreamYard. You do great stuff.
But your conversion needs improvement.
Quit fucking with the audio. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Go home.
Yep.
You hear it.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And you think it's a male?
That's what I'm getting from it. It sounds like an older male.
To me, it sounds like a female, but with a deeper voice sounding female.
Go
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Oh shit, go home.
They
Yeah, they like us. too
didn't
much.
like us there. Yeah. Let me get rid of these.
Yeah.
And so everybody watching, my clips are not enhanced. There's only one that's towards the end that's enhanced a little bit. None of these are enhanced, and they were louder before we uploaded them to StreamYard. So
Yeah.
these are all Class A's.
Is there a compression thing when they go up?
On the wave?
Yeah, like to the sound, because it seems to happen sometimes with audio.
On the waveform, some of them that I get, you can see the waveform from the voice. Some of the EVPs that I get, you don't see it at all.
Yeah.
I'll be sitting here and it'll be just a steady,
flat line. Yeah.
Flat line, and all of a sudden it's loud. And it's like, what the hell? Where was the waveform on there?
Right.
Yeah.
To answer Carol's question, that's here in North Carolina, the Trivet Clinic.
Yes.
Just an old house, basically.
Hamptonville, North Carolina. It was opened in the early 1900s by Dr. Trivick as a hospital. He was the doctor. His brother was a dentist that actually did dentistry in the basement. And then within 8 years of him opening the clinic, he passed away. And over the years, it was a rehab center at one point, but for a long time, it was a old folks home.
Care facility.
A care facility. Well, back then they called it old folks home. Nowadays we call it assisted living. But there are spirits there from all eras. It's
all over the place. Yeah, it's a great place. Gotta go.
Yep, a lot more haunted than I expected. All right, Ron. The next one is RY at work. Who the hell's RY? I'm kidding. I thought it was Ron Manicotti.
Gavacati.
Yeah. Gavacati. So this is simple. I was testing something with the Direct Radio Voice. I don't know, like almost a few months back, not quite a year ago, and I spoke aloud and just said that I had to get going. I had to make a call or something before I was done with my lunch, and then they told me no. Pretty much. You'll hear.
That's awesome.
All right, here we go.
Shut it off in a minute. I gotta make a phone call.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's
right.
I hear the word now.
Now.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, that was before. I think that was close to a year ago. I think that was around the time we started slowing it down in real time. So I slowed it down to repeat it anyway, but very synthesized, which it doesn't always sound like, but I kind of dig that when it does.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That had more of that sorry, Chris.
No,
that had more of that robotic sound to it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by like the synthetic kind of metallic sounding like robotic. Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy.
That's the same guy on the tax line.
Christoph.
No.
What Ron doesn't know is that his boss is in his office with one of those cancer mics.
Ron,
Ron,
get back to work.
Your call is over with.
Get your ass back to work.
Kind of like mocking. Yeah, Roger, that could be it.
Yeah.
That could be it. That's the brass ring a lot of times, right? Sometimes we get the word, we're going, what is the context?
Right.
Well,
because you get words. I could say nice shirt, or I could go nice shirt. Same words,
right?
Different context.
Yeah. So it's really difficult sometimes to figure out where they're coming from.
Well, this also points to the reference that we've made on multiple shows. I mean, it's the spirits that we talk to are just people without their meat suit, right? And if he was an asshole in life, he's an asshole in death.
Mm-hmm.
You just caught one of the assholes at lunch. So
yeah, they may have felt the same way.
Yeah. I don't think anybody's ever accused you of that one. I seriously doubt there's anybody on this planet that would accuse Yakovetti of that. Me and Tony, whole nother story.
Yeah. You're on the planet.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them calling us assholes. I'm not talking about us calling you.
Not true.
Oh no, there's times I do it on purpose. Next one is Tony. So let's see if you guys can guess what this one's saying. Here we go.
Okay, I slowed it down a little bit more. Can you speak with me now? Can you say Anthony Rathman? I did it now.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. So there's a bunch of other stuff that's much lower voice, but I slowed it down further than what it was being slowed at, just to try to see what kind of difference it made in the me being able to hear what they were saying. It did help, but when I said I slowed it to try speaking now, and he's like, "You did it now," and that I heard completely clear. So that was kind of cool.
Something about in your office too. I thought I heard.
There's there's like 4 or 5 voices in the background from where the one who said you did it now. But it's just fascinating because, like I said, these are literally being pulled from the environment. I don't know where. I mean, I don't know how to answer it yet.
What's interesting is it had also somewhat of a robotic sound to it too. Not like Ron's, but it still had that Max Headroom sound to it a little bit too.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Some of that could be through amplification and modulation of the sound as we process it through the software.
Correct.
But what's fascinating about that to me more than anything, and Tony, you can give the exact number count to this. How many of those voices should, by all standards of materialist science, how many of those voices should be there?
0.
That's that's what's amazing. There's a lot more of what should be 0 there.
Right. Right. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything there.
The rental graph helped, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has a pager. He has a pager too. That's what that other show.
And a 20-foot satellite the neighbors use to get every station and satellite dish. Yeah.
Satellite dish. Yeah. You know, the big steel spiderweb looking one.
Yeah. Good to have.
Those are. All right. So the next one is guess where? Trivia Clinic first floor, and there's a female voice in here. Let's see if you guys catch it.
Oh yeah.
What'd you guys hear?
I thought I heard help, but I don't know. Is that what it is?
One.
There is a second.
There's one right before that. It's almost a full sentence.
Play it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I could hear her, but I can't make out what she's saying. What did you hear?
I don't want a something.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't want.
Yeah, I started out. I don't. Or
so I'll play it again. What I got was an elderly woman's voice saying, "I don't want to go."
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Here it goes. Now listen.
That's
now I heard it.
That's exactly what it is.
Which relates to the assisted living home too.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got another one later on. I'm gonna let you guys listen to that correlates to what I was picking up at the same time, which kind of had me chuckling throughout the night. I'll explain it when we get to that one, but
Carrie will understand that.
Carrie will understand that one big time.
I want to do it.
No, Carrie thought it was Ida. Hard telling. I don't want to go.
Yep. Irma. Was it Ida?
I don't know where to go.
Wow.
I don't know where I am. All right, next one we got for Ron is the NGPP, Residential Home Depot.
Yeah, this was a residential case we did in North Jersey with Rich Michelle of New Jersey Paranormal. And the family was great. They were getting relevant responses, not just to the moment, but to stuff that was, I would say, proprietary knowledge of the family, like opinions and stuff like that, and favorite things. And so I think it was the grandfather, the homeowner's father, who did not have a very high opinion of lumber at Home Depot. So he asked because he thought his father was coming through, and he got the answer that his father would have given him.
Hey, Dylan.
Lady,
Hey,
you feeling better?
good last name.
We hear it quite often on this show. All right, here we go.
Grandpa, what do you think of Home Depot lumber? Yes.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I can tell you. Grandpa, what do you think of Home Depot lumber? Yes.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I can tell you.
That was
Can't
awesome.
miss that.
That was awesome.
That was.
You know what,
That's
Grandpa?
funny.
Yes, I agree with you.
That's one sponsorship we're not going to get.
I know.
That was great.
Loud
It
and
was,
proud.
it was funny. The family had a nice moment. They laughed.
Yeah.
They felt like that confirmed for them. You know, we can't prove and promise beyond doubt who it is,
Right.
but they got a lot of answers that seemed to indicate to them who it was, and that was one of them.
I mean, really, the odds of that, I would say
Yeah.
it's him.
The odds of that response and them knowing how he would have responded, I'm sure that was exactly his response. So that tie-in, that's not a coincidence. That's
No.
timing and relevance, and
Yep.
and I'm sure they were
Right.
blown away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were happy. They were a nice family. We were glad to give them some.
The house was really active. The lights, while we were there, the lights went on and off. Was it?
It shut off.
It shut off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy, that house.
Wow.
I did.
Huh. That would be cool.
Don't buy that shit lumber and quit wasting electricity.
Yeah, early. So continuity there.
Yeah. All right. Next one we got is for Tony. Real quick, guys, in about 7 minutes, UNX is going to switch over to their next audio program, but we got some great clips still coming at you. Make sure you stay with us on Facebook and YouTube. All right, guys. Next one we got Tony is another test. I'm not going to say the word because I'm sure we'll know what it is. All right, here we go.
Have I connected with the station? Yes, I have. Okay, thank you.
I thought there was one before that.
2 yeses and then a miss you at the end. It sounded like.
Yeah, it's a miss you. And it did say connecting in the beginning. It said connecting.
And the loud word is affirmative.
I
Play it one more-
confirm.
Play it one more time.
Let me play it again. Here we go.
Have I connected with the station? Yes, I have. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I hear that. Wow.
That was good.
That's wild.
It's completely wild, like I said, because this is a little bit different from what we normally do. And to get, like I said, there should be 0 voices, but
Yeah.
there.
The only thing you're not going to be able to claim when you're done with your ITC career is loneliness, because you get people to talk to you everywhere. That's amazing. That really is amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's so cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
All right, we're back to the Trivet Clinic. This place just keeps coming back.
That's a great advertisement for that place. You've gotten a lot of stuff out of that.
Yeah.
And I
it's
still
a
have
great
about
place.
3.5 hours of review to do for the first floor. It's amazing.
That's an amazing place.
Yeah,
Where's the
no doubt
smoke
about it.
is, yep.
I can't wait till you guys get over here to the East Coast. We'll do it again. Can you imagine a DRV session in this place, man? Woo!
That would be so cool.
Woo! This next one has some continuity to it. Right before this clip, Audra and Carrie were talking about there's an African American younger girl spirit that's been caught in this house quite a few times. Her name is Majesty, and they were talking about Majesty just before this clip, and we actually get her to respond. So I'll play it and see if you guys hear it. Hopefully, StreamYard didn't kill it. Here we go.
How close are we to the room? Pretty close. Are we? Yeah, the cars go by.
It's at the end.
Yeah, right after Carrie.
Right before the end.
Yeah, right after Carrie stops talking, you can hear a little girl's voice. What I picked up was hello. Let's see if you guys get it.
Play it one more time.
Here we go.
Yeah.
How close are we to the room? Pretty close. Are we? Yeah, the cars go by.
Yeah, I heard the hello. You know what it is? I think sometimes we're missing it on the first pass because we're listening for like a traditional whispery EVP, and that has tone to it.
Yeah. It has tone and it has echo to it, like it's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what happened to me with the other EVP. I thought it was one of you guys,
Right.
but it was an EVP.
Yeah.
No.
Straight EV.
Yep, Carrie.
That was great.
Yeah, that's actually a much better capture than you realize if you look for the whispery kind of breathy EVP. It's better than that. It's got tone. But with the first pass, I'm listening to to the lower kind of, and then I almost would have thought that was a person.
Yeah. Well, and this is where we talk about situational awareness. A big part of situational awareness is not knowing your environment. It is also knowing the tone of the voices of the people that you're with.
Right.
Yeah. And that it wasn't one of them.
Right. And if you don't know the tone of the voices of the people that you're investigating with, you're going to miss that EVP every time because it doesn't sound like a standard EVP. Right.
Yeah.
I
totally recognized Carrie's voice.
Oh yeah.
It's not her voice.
Carrie and Audra have very distinct voices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Alice in Wonderland voice.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
And that's who you should be calling your Majesty.
All right, so the next one we got for you, Ron. You said the Hoover houses go together.
You could play those in order for ours. Yeah, the longer one, I think it has the word "children talk to me" in it or something. That'll be the last one.
Okay, I got to rearrange these.
So either of the Hoover ones is good.
Okay.
This is the 1912 historic Hoover house of Pam and Steve Barry, who run the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash
in Waynesboro, Pennsylvania.
Yep, it's a bed and breakfast. They treat you beyond as good as gold. She makes phenomenal breakfast. The place is really, really active. It's we've had really good fortune.
It's about 30 minutes away from Gettysburg.
Yeah, maybe just under a half hour from
Something
Gettysburg.
like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really, really, really cool place.
All right, here we go.
Can you please repeat that?
Wow, that was great.
Very
Beautiful
clear.
house too, man.
I know.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Very clear, and I'm assuming that Pam was somebody that was either there or what's the
She owns
connection?
it. She's one of the owners. She's in the middle picture. That was Pam Barry. Yep.
She's one of the owners. Yeah.
Well, that explains it. That's awesome.
That is way cool.
So an interesting story about that place. Whenever we were there, I forgot when we were there, but it was the first time we did direct radio voice there.
Yeah.
Right. Very first time. So as we're doing it, people take breaks and going outside, smoking or whatever they're doing, and they notice bats circling around the house, a whole bunch of bats, and then they all started going into the chimney. Then Pam comes out. Yeah, Pam comes out and she goes, because their movements, I guess she thought was strange. She's like, that's never happened before. I've never seen this happening. And we were thinking maybe because of the direct radio voice and signals or whatever was messing with them. I don't know. But there were so many bats. There were so many bats, and literally one by one, they all went into the chimney.
Yeah, it was like a
In the
Hitchcock,
house.
like a Hitchcock movie, man. It was like
crazy.
They were all over the sky, and then
It was a lot.
they started dive bombing into the chimney. Just like, I have it on my phone. I videoed it.
It was crazy.
Just going into the chimney. I went, does that happen often? She goes, that's never happened before.
Never happened before.
I went, no extra charge. The DRV and the show.
You're lucky they don't send you a bill to get rid of the bats.
We'll be here all night.
Wow.
Yeah, we had no explanation for that. We don't know. It didn't happen since we've been back. But that
Yeah,
time
it
did.
hasn't happened since, but yeah, just an interesting story on that.
It's a one-time trick. You do it again.
All right, so this next one is Tony again.
Roger's hilarious. I love that. I could be Batman because he's Wrathman.
There you go.
All right.
That's funny.
Diode test.
That's okay.
Trivet Clinic.
This is Tony Rathman at the Trivet Clinic. No, I'm just kidding. With Batman and Ron.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Ron's crying. Never fails. Every show. I got to do it once. Or twice, maybe.
Don't sweat it.
Here we go.
Can you say, oh, did I hear Cherie? Yes.
That was
Something about next question. After that.
Yeah. There's. I heard that too, and I heard Cherie when it first came on, as well as the whispery Cherie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys hear? It sounded almost like they said we're going to get her.
Play it again.
Not like get her, but like we'll go fetch her and bring her back. You know what I mean? Listen again. Here.
Can you say, oh, did I hear Cherie? Yes.
Yeah.
I heard that is a good question or something.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
going to ask a question, or that
Something
is a good
like
question.
that. Yeah.
Something good question. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not like the ones that jump out in. But like I said, this was a second test based off of this experiment, and like I said, those voices shouldn't even be there, but they are.
Right.
That's so cool.
No, they should not. That's audible enough to the point that it's already beyond anomalous, I think.
And some people hear different things, but you got to remember there's a couple of voices in there, so you may be picking up on a voice that the other person is not. So
Right.
Right. Whatever you're more in tune with or you connect
Right.
with, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so this next one we have from the Trivet Clinic. I'm going to tell you what I hear, and I'm going to tell you the precedents behind this. So the one room in the house, it was upstairs on the right-hand side. We got a woman standing at the window, and what I was picking up was that she was one of the ladies that lived there when it was an assisted living place. It was an older lady. When we first walked into the room, I don't know if anybody's ever had older grandparents that sometimes the room kind of smells like old people urine. I hate to say it, but we got that smell and then it dissipated. So it's not like the room smelled like that all the time. So that's where we picked up Irma or Ida. I don't know. I think it was Irma or Ida. But the funny thing, I was picking up that she had Alzheimer's. And when we were trying to get her to talk, I kept receiving an older lady's voice saying, "It's my room. It's my room." And it got to the point I was hearing it all night long because she had Alzheimer's. It got to the point to where a couple times I started chuckling, and Audra and Carrie goes, "What are you laughing at?" And I said, "I just keep hearing her say, 'It's my room. It's my room.'"
Wow.
I want you to listen to this. It's in here twice. It's at the beginning and at the end. I've amplified it because it's really soft. So I actually caught what I was hearing.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Is there? I heard it. Is there one right at the beginning?
Right before I cough, it's really fast. You hear my room.
Yeah.
And then the second one, the reason I amplified it is because it's super soft. I'll play it again.
Yeah, those are really soft.
Because, StreamYard, once again, dumbed down the audio. All right, here we go. Now, listen, right before I cough, I'm the only one upstairs. Right before I cough, I don't even know where they're at. But if they were anywhere close, you'd hear them talking. But right before I cough, you'll hear it really fast. And then when you hear it amplify, it's really soft. You can hear my room. Here we go.
It's very
I actually hear a clearer pre-amplification because sometimes based on, you should try maybe normalize the sound after you amplify it just to take the edge off, because it sounds to me, I hear it even better before the amplification. Like I hear it.
Yeah.
No, but it's there twice. It's telling you two different times.
Right. Okay.
It's two different times, and the second one was softer, so he amplified it. But you hear it.
I didn't repeat that. It says it right before I cough, and then I cough, and then I caught it really softly.
That's right. My bad. But the first time I hear that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you were hearing that and then you captured it.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it multiple times. It was
Yeah.
So what I was picking up from her was that she had Alzheimer's, and every time we asked her a question, I would start laughing. Carrie would ask her a question. I would start laughing. And "What are you laughing at?" I said, all she's answering is, "It's my room. It's my room. It's my room."
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was actually laughing out loud.
That's really cool, though, when you can get it mentally and then back it up with audio, hearing it on the audio. That's awesome.
You should have heard. You should. When I was sitting here reviewing and I caught it, I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Very ecstatic.
So, Chris, you were hearing it mentally, not with your own ears. You were hearing it mentally. Okay.
Well,
mentally.
mentally.
Forgot where you were for a minute.
People that are sensitive, you'll attest to this, Lourdes, and Audra does the same thing. When I say I hear something, I'm picking it up here.
Yeah,
audibly hearing it with my ears.
Or I just wanted to.
Yeah. Or if. Yeah, she was.
So question for you: when you hear it in your mind, do you hear it like? It's a question because it's kind of personal for me. Do you hear it like if it's on the right side, left side, or just all like? Do you hear? Around. Do you hear all around? Okay, because when that happens to me, it seems like if it's like on this side, it's just weird. It's always on this side. I don't know.
No, I hear
That's
it
why
all around. I hear it all around like it's like a surround sound kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Seems like a couple people, Jed Volkman, a couple people who have watched our show before and hear things really well, have said they heard the first one clearer also too.
Yeah.
Because it was two.
Yeah, I know.
The first one it's louder.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
that's
to
really
be honest with you. I amplified the second one because I heard it with my surround sound speaker here, but I thought if I didn't amplify it,
You guys wouldn't be able to hear
StreamYard wouldn't be able to hear it. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Rebecca hears it in her mind too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. I think Tony's spot on with that. When you have something that comes to you data wise, psychically, and then you can capture it and corroborate your own evidence with with some physical form of data. That's fantastic.
The best one I've ever seen Chris do were the one we caught in the hospital, and we were just standing in the one of the surgery rooms, and Chris goes, "There's a woman in here," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And this EVP shows up on their code. You're right, female voice saying you're right. It was phenomenal.
the best part is if you listen to that clip, you hear me go, "There's a woman in here," and that's the first time we ever investigated together.
Yeah, it was.
And you can actually hear the tone in Tony's voice goes, "Oh yeah."
He probably was like, "Oh man, this guy is crazy." I met up with a crazy guy.
And I'm like, "There's no woman," and then voice comes out of nowhere. Nobody in the group. Chris and I were the only two guys in the room, and this woman goes, "You're right," and she was like super excited about it that he knew.
Yeah,
it was so cool.
Then Tony was like, "Bye."
That's the same night we caught the doctor in the hallway with your full spectrum.
Oh wow!
Right.
That's impressive. That really is. That's impressive.
We were
That
standing
kind
there,
of-
and Tony and I were
that
standing
kind
there
of
looking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that kind of corroboration is phenomenal when you can do that, because the people will say they hear that they're getting something, they feel, sense, whatever, but there's always some contingency that's probably like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah,
But and that's how I was. But
of
Chris
course,
is probably there may be one other, but Chris is there may be one other. I can't even think of who it would be off the top of my head, but Chris is the only one who actually said it. I heard him say it, and like he said, he was probably like, "Oh, really?" But then we were going through the EVPs, and there it was, plain as day. And so he actually was able to back up and validate what he was getting, which I had never seen before. So that was really cool.
that's very cool.
Thank you. And that's the same night too. Tony had his. I'm surprised Tony's arms aren't huge. His apparatus with all of his equipment hanging on it, and I turned around and I went, "Do you have a full spectrum camera on you on that thing?" And he goes, "Yeah, why?" And I went, "Snap a photo right now." And he's like, "Why?" I said, "There's a doctor standing in the doorway."
Yeah,
I remember
that. Tony snapped the photo, and we caught a shadow figure shape of a doctor's coat standing in the doorway at the end of the hall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember that?
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
That really is
pretty cool and impressive.
And documented in 2 instances like that
Mm-hmm.
is.
Well, I can tell you, I'm excited to get Tony and Cherie over to the East Coast because
sandwiches.
Yes.
I can tell you because of the sandwiches
in their house, and then while looking for a house.
And the reason I say that is
We have
because some
2
of the
bunnies and
locations.
3 dogs.
Yeah, they told us before the show they were moving in with us.
Yeah.
And a really big mansion we have over
that's
here.
right.
She's kidding. Trust me. I just want to let you all take a deep breath. She's kidding. Whether she knows it or not.
But I can tell you the Arizona has some really great haunted locations, but they're very few and far between.
Right.
Yeah.
California is phenomenal. I think California is just jacked to begin with spirit activity to begin with. I love going to California because of the places. I can tell you, Tony and Cherie, the East Coast, good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Forward to that.
I started in California, and I thought when I moved back home here, I was like, wow, it's probably as nearly as much here. I don't know of anything. And then, man, was I awakened to the fact that I was geographically and hauntedly ignorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
The East Coast is the paranormal motherlode. I can tell you that right now.
Absolutely.
And for sensitives, good God, that's why we drink. All right. Another Hoover House. V-Day at the Hoover House.
This one's cool because I know which one this is. This one's cool because when we got there, Pam and Steve Barry had an objective for us. They've seen us do direct radio with them before. They had Katrina Weidman was there, and she filmed something, and a psychic that was with her was talking about some guy in a hallway upstairs who kind of had this hat, and they were describing him like he a scarecrow. So they called him Scarecrow Man. So Steve Barry said, if you guys can get anything on this Scarecrow Man, it'd be cool. We'll send it to Katrina and for her psychic too, because that's what she was picking up on. And we've seen somebody like that here before. He's been cited at least more than maybe 2-3 times.
Yeah. So he's not actually a scarecrow, but she was describing him.
Right.
Like, so you can know what she was seeing.
So this is something we captured on direct radio voice upstairs on the floor where he's seen that speaks to him. It was pretty cool.
All right, here we go.
Awesome.
David.
Wow.
Maybe it's the guy with the hat. Are you Scarecrow Man?
That was incredible. I mean,
You gotta love DRV.
I mean, talk about
That's
timing,
awesome. Yeah.
relevance of the question. What is the mathematical probability that you'd be asking about a figure and there is no scarecrow? Would
Right.
be, yeah, I mean, absolutely not possible at all. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
That was Steve Barry, one of the ones that asked that. Yeah, Steve Barry asked a question, and that was the white noise generator. So that doesn't receive, it doesn't record.
Right.
And see, that's the funny thing, because then it says odd question. So if you think about it, she was describing him in that way. She wasn't necessarily saying that he was a scarecrow man, but the way that Steve asked the question, saying, is scarecrow man here?
Right.
Kind of like offended, perhaps. There is no scarecrow. It's odd question.
And repeatedly said the one with the hat, and it goes, hat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool.
That was fantastic.
It's crazy.
You're lucky you didn't get. There's no corn here. There's bats, but no need for a scarecrow.
I'll send you the video from the bat thing.
That was so crazy.
Maybe I'll post it on Facebook so people can see it. It was unbelievable. It was like a Hitchcock movie.
It was a lot of bats.
What?
I can't even believe all those bats went in that chimney.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Didn't bother with any of the houses or hotels or anything else nearby.
Nope.
Just all that chimney, every one of them.
Yep.
But can't they? Was the fireplace blocked, or could they actually at night have gone down and gotten into the house?
They could have gotten into the closet, she said, in their room or our room that we were staying in. I think.
Yeah, they have closet rooms.
Just the room you were staying in. Okay, no big
Even better. That's fantastic.
They can get into the closet that looked like a crawl space kind of closet. They can get into there.
Yeah.
So you
no
wake
big
up
deal.
at night and you're like the Batman movie where he fell down the well.
Yeah.
I didn't open the closet. I didn't open that closet door. I was like,
You would have slept all night with garlic and a wooden steak.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
It was crazy.
All right,
It was
we
fun.
got-
That was what he wanted. He wanted validation on the scarecrow thing to ask about it, so he got something, which was
Oh,
cool.
he
for
got
us.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was phenomenal. I mean, the intelligence that direct radio voice shows is just, it's off the charts. I mean, you can literally ask almost anything,
Mhm.
and chances are, now it doesn't happen every time, but
Yeah.
way more than 50-50.
Yeah.
You get a response, and it's accurate, it's intelligent, and it addresses with timing and relevance the question asked. It's just
hell, it repeated the damn word to you.
Right.
Yeah.
If that doesn't smack in the face skeptics.
Right, with no way to record or repeat. There's no user interface and microphone. We weren't mic'd up at all, and nothing. There's no way for us to infuse anything, thought form or whatever to go into this. No.
And just by the way, talking about Steve, he just had back surgery, Steve Barry. So I just want to send love and prayers, and I hope that you're feeling well.
Yeah,
Thinking of you.
Yep. We'll see them
Be on your
soon.
feet by July, Steve.
Oh, he will. There's no stopping that guy.
Yeah.
No, there's not. All right.
We have anything?
Yeah.
We got some more.
We got
We have
more. You guys have one more. Tony has. We have one more, and Tony has 4 more.
4.
Mine are short.
All right.
He was testing. He
Okay.
said that.
He was testing.
This one,
Sure.
At the terrific clip. Sorry.
clip. We had heard about this thing called the station. In fact, we think we may have had some connection to it. But what I really want you to listen to in this test clip I was doing is when I asked to connect to the station, listen to what happens to the method. It clears, it settles down. That was really, I think there's an answer or two in there, but really listen for that, because I was shocked by it.
All right, here we go.
Could I connect to the station, please? Objective to communicate with Mr. Bocci, please. Hello, it's Tony Rathman.
Wow.
Wow.
That's fantastic on a number of levels.
Yes.
Not only for what it is and for that change you're talking about. By the way, timing and relevance is not just applicable to words.
Right.
That was circumstantial timing and relevance at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I love that also because this is something that from the first time we ever even started doing direct radio voice was a huge difference between the ghost hunting mentality of ghosts and spirits and angels and demons all around you and stuck in a house, compared to where in Europe they thought that there were stations or ports of call to communicate. And that's where there were people who had passed on, even who worked on ITC here, who were working at those stations to further the work, like Konstantin Radovich called Mark Macy. So for me, this is one of the best pieces of data we've collected between the two of us, because it speaks to that, which is really an understated fact, or I don't say fact, it's an understated characteristic of direct radio voice in the European roots compared to the American ghost hunting mentality with spirit contact.
Right. Well, the other thing that just jumped out at me is I remember Marcello Bacci saying that the radio would almost transform from a receptor of man-made communication waves being sent to it to more of a spirit communication device. And that's what I heard when I heard that change and how it was reacting. And the other voices, there were a ton of them prior, and then it just sort of leveled out. And I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. What was really cool about that clip too is when you said, "Can I connect to the station?" You could almost hear them talking to each other about it. Like, almost, should we let him? He wants to connect to the station. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's huge. Just for the fact that it speaks to the European roots of the method and the mentality not being, oh, everything's dark and demonic like TV ghost hunting may portray, but to a more factual afterlife intelligence ascending to a different level kind of, that's huge to me. And I love that so much for that reason alone. Plus it's a great capture, but
yeah, it was that sort of where everything changed. The like maybe I did connect. But I think there's another one that'll show that I think I did. But anyway, we'll save that.
It's coming up. All right, this is the last one that Audra and I have because after 6 I just stopped. I'm like, I'm done. This one's got timing and relevance to it too, because you'll hear us up on the 2nd floor, possibly the 1st floor. I don't know exactly where we were, but you hear Audra drops or slams something, and you hear Audra react to it like, "Uh-oh," and then you hear a response that is a word I haven't heard since my grandmother. So here we go.
You have to play it again.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
You want me to tell you what I'm hearing?
No.
Oh,
11 seconds. Play it again.
All right, here we go.
Okay, not all right or something. It's towards the end. No,
It's right after Audra laughs.
Oh, I hear what an ass. That's what I hear.
That's not what I heard.
Could be, but
That might have been Audra talking about me.
You hear, so the oi, is that you? The
Wendy's
oi?
close.
can you play that again?
So Wendy just commented she's close.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I hear. Right after Audra giggles, I hear an older female say whoopsie.
Ah.
What an ass. All right, let's put that again.
What an ass could fit in there too, though.
There, Beth says, whoopsie.
All right, there you go.
Let me play it again. Right after Audra giggles, there's an older female voice in there that says whoopsie. All right, here we go.
there
Wow.
is.
It's in there.
Okay, so spot on. Whoopsie's there.
Whoopsie's there.
And again, it has tone. It wasn't whispery. It has tone. So it's phenomenal as a catch goes.
But there's what an ass.
There is
Okay, but
in there.
those are the words. But what's the context? Is it what an ass, or is it what an ass? You know, so
That's
make a
true.
difference.
That's true.
I want to hear it now.
Bend over to pick it up, right? So
Let
maybe.
me play that again. Hang on.
Rathman.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So
Did you hear it, Chris?
Yeah, I did that.
they
I
like
didn't hear
I
this. I
wonder
didn't
what
hear
it
this.
is, Tona.
they like Chris Buns and they cannot lie. Was
They
it?
like somebody's buns.
Yeah.
The ass.
That's really cool.
That's good.
those
The
were-
whoopsie's really good though.
Two
Yeah.
different types of EVPs in the same clip.
Yeah, I didn't even catch the second one. That's cool.
Yeah, but that's why I didn't catch the first whoopsie because it sounds it has tone.
Yeah.
It has tone.
That you have just seen a microcosm of every argument about evidence we ever have. Because she hears things that humans are not meant to hear, and I don't. And I hear the things that have volume, and she doesn't hear them sometimes because she hears the superhero stuff.
Was it you that said what an ass, Audra, perhaps? Okay. Yes.
We were
Gio.
just checking.
Yeah. Gio, she doesn't speak like that. Trust me. She doesn't.
Oh, hang on.
No, I know.
So Carrie just popped in and she said at that point, Audra had leaned forward, sitting down to pick up what she had dropped.
See?
You're checking out her ass.
They like gorgeous butt, and they cannot lie.
Yeah. Astral projection.
It was one of those old guys from the assisted living home.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Wow. That's 2 different EVPs, 2 different types in the same clip. That's freaking cool.
Hey, maybe it was one of those assisting guys that
So it was Chris's ass.
he was going, or he liked both. I mean, in the world that we live in today.
Yeah.
That was good. That was pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
It was a trans spirit.
Yes.
And what better to follow up with? What an ass than children talk to me.
Yeah, that's the segue I was thinking. We'll get our lawyer on the phone. We're gonna
get our lawyer on the phone. This wasn't in the contract.
Yeah, no sandwiches. Then this. So this one was we did a similar type of test like what Tony's been running, which he inspired, which has been really, really cool. And then we ran the white noise generator for alternate type of direct radio the same night, and she happened to record some of it with the phone. And we heard some of the stuff in the moment. You'll hear during this clip when I talk about the superhero ear.
Awesome.
That she heard a lot of the stuff in the moment. Some of it I heard, but before I could even say it, she had already heard it and said it. But there was a lot more in this clip when we listened to it than I realized. And so it's part of our quest is and this is cool because some of the things that Tony and I were working on the same things, and some of the things we're working on different angles. And one of the angles we're working on is still how to either dial in, tune in, or just be able to understand more of the vocals that are there, because there's still a high percentage of what is so clear on the recording that we're not getting in the moment. And I hear it and I go, unless it has to do with like decibel level and maybe where it comes in, how do you miss something like that? But you'll see this clip is chock full of vocals, and it's like 3 minutes, I think.
Out of 2, 3, we shall see.
Here we go.
What'd you think about the diode? Now we're using the white noise. You like the white noise better? Thought I heard much better.
Whichever one's better, say white noise or say diode.
I heard something like children don't talk to me, something like that. You like the diode or the white noise better? They receive messages, I think I heard.
Are you at a station?
They may have said station when you said it. Like, did you say station? Something about making sure.
Be there. It's just
Wow,
good-
that was
good session, yeah.
incredible.
Especially brush your teeth.
Oh my God, we
Oh my God.
do me a favor and send me that clip because there'll be a part in the documentary for that line.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, thinking, I was like, what? Did I forget to brush my teeth? Like, what happened there?
Here's a tic tac
in there.
I know.
Was overwhelming, and the fact that you have full sentences, one after another, just fluid communication going on from intelligence. That was incredible. That was absolutely incredible and clear.
Yeah. You know,
And there's stuff in there we missed too. I know there's stuff in there that we missed. I could have spent another couple hours trying to.
Because I heard a couple of things now
Yeah.
when listening to it.
And
So
once again, it sounded like at a point they were arguing with each other, talking to each other. It was wow.
Yeah.
I'm wondering who the heck is James, man, because he sees and hears everything.
He knows it all.
And it's come up more than once. We've gotten James a few times lately now.
So,
wow.
It's come up on different sittings. We've gotten it.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tony, just to share a quick little story too. I know we weren't naming names necessarily, but there's someone that you know, I know through you, but I don't really know, who works in Hollywood. And I was doing a direct radio voice sitting at lunch at work last week.
Oh my
And it
God,
said-
I forgot all about that. This is a great story.
you scared the crap out of me.
I mean, if you want to finish it or tell it, whatever.
It's your story. Tell me what you tell it. I'll add to it after you do. This is
all right.
this is
So
amazing.
So I'm doing direct radio voice like I do sometimes. I'm doing the method that Tony's been testing. I'm doing, which funny, oddly, it named, there's a new female who sits behind me at work. It named her when I did the alternate way besides the white noise generator. And then when I was doing the regular white noise thing and I was running direct radio in a little back room and recording, I hear this name that sounds familiar. It's the last name. And it names the person and it says, let's just say Smith. Smith is up early. And I was like, wait a minute, where do I know that? Wait, Tony knows that guy. So I sent it to Tony. So listen to this recording. It says Smith is up early. I went, ask him, because I don't really talk to him like you do. So go ahead, take it from there.
So I did. I sent him a message, and just out of the blue, I said, "You didn't happen to get up early yesterday morning, did you?" And he replies back and goes, "You're kidding me." He goes, "I was up at 3 a.m. How the hell do you know that?"
Wow.
And then I said, well, Ron just sent me a DRV message, said you were up super early this morning or yesterday, or I can't remember what the exact wording was, something along those lines.
Yeah.
He was shocked, blown away.
Wow.
He kept responding, oh my God, I'm dumbfounded. I don't know what to say. And I didn't know what to say because I wasn't expecting, but it said his name. I'm not going to say his name, Smith, but that's what it said. Smith is up early.
Yeah.
And
And it's clear. And it's clear.
For all you conspiracy theorists out there, it's not Big Brother that's watching.
Yeah. And
it's little brother.
Crazy for that Tony couldn't have known that. But even more, because I don't even talk to him as much as you do. I mean, I've talked to him maybe once or twice. Not really. You talk to him all the time, and you hadn't for a while. But I don't really ever interact with him.
we had communicated a little bit, but the funny part was the night before you sent it to me that next day. The night before, him and I probably talked for 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, look at that.
And that's what he said to me. He goes, we haven't even had a conversation about this prior, yet you send me this message. And he's like, we hadn't even talked much until last night. And it was crazy. It was
That's interesting.
It was
Very
Jason
interesting.
Momoa, by the way.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. She asked that. Yeah, it was crazy. I heard it and went, "There's no mistaking this guy's name." I've never heard somebody else with the same name. I only know the name because of Tony. So I said, I clipped it and I made the video little thing. I went, "Here, does this ask him?" And he goes, "Oh my God, he's flipping out." He goes, "How did you know that?" I was at work. His schedule was the last thing on my mind.
Well, exactly. And he's like, yeah, I was up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And
It can't be
he
a
doesn't
fluke.
normally do that. So it was yeah, this was no fluke. It was information passed. Not sure exactly what the purpose is. We'll find out, down the road. But it was,
I think to show us non-locality and spirit communication. I think the same way we got the bocce thing and Tony's your friend and stuff too. It's the same. I think it's along the same lines. It's a non-locality thing. If it doesn't mean you can't speak to a spirit from this side of the country in Arizona or vice versa. It's just
It's freaking James because he hears and sees everything. It's freaking James.
But the coolest part about it was that the name, no doubt, was said. So to hear the audio and then have it say Smith was up early is one thing. Just to hear the name, recognize the name, know who they're talking about, but to have it verified on top of that. Ron didn't know this person was up early. I didn't know this person was up early. And when this person confirmed, oh my God, yes, I was, not only was it an intelligent statement, it was accurate.
Yeah.
And it was his last name, not his first name. And it's not
his last name.
It's not a common last name either.
Right.
It's not a common last name either.
Well,
So,
let's and on a serious note, let's really F with your brain right now.
No.
If anybody ever truly thinks that you're really alone,
No.
Never. And I mean never.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
They're with us all the time.
Yeah, that was wild. So when I record this, I'm 100% sure of the name, and I know the name through Tony. I'm going to send it to Tony just to see. But I had the managed hopes and expectations that were similar to when I go into a lottery station at a 7-Eleven and go, "Give me the pick six. What are the odds I'm hitting this?" I don't think so. I sent it to Tony when he goes, "Holy crap, he was up early. He's flipping out. How did you know that?" I was like, wait a minute. There's something to this spirit stuff.
Exactly.
we should have thought of this before.
It only took like a minute to get his reply. And he was absolutely, he kept listening to it over and over and over. He's like, oh my God. Oh my God. It was nuts.
Yeah.
They wanted me to send that to you.
Yeah, for
to have
whatever
him verify.
reason.
I think that was part of a validation for what we're doing collectively. I really do.
I agree.
That's insanely. That's so far beyond coincidence. Like, I wasn't even sure I was up early.
Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance.
That was crazy.
Well, and to honestly, everybody out there watching, if you think that they're not trying to communicate with us as hard as we're trying to communicate with them, you're wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I mean, we can go out and investigate for hours upon hours upon hours, and then review for hours upon hours upon hours. It doesn't take as much energy for us to do all that as it does for them to get through what they're trying to get through to us. So if they're trying that hard, they want to communicate just as much as we do.
Right.
Yeah. And again, just to add to that too, like the name like Konstantin Radove, right? Radove is not a common name. How many Radoves do we know? The guy's actual last name is comparable to like Radove. It's like you don't really hear it. It was super clear, and I went, "There's no way this is anybody else." I only know one person with that name through Tony, Now I need to find out. And there I was getting my pick six going, this is never going to happen.
I am so glad you brought that up because I was shocked that was that last week? End of last week?
That was
end of last week.
Friday.
Okay, I must have pushed it.
Friday.
Okay, so yeah, I told you Friday. So I pushed it out of my head over the weekend, but I'm so glad you brought that up because I would have forgotten. Right. We would have got done with the show and I'd have been like,
Yeah, there is your calling card for DRV. That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable.
That was absolutely fascinating.
Now remember that the next time you're showering, washing in those spots that you don't want people to know you're washing.
Or do you?
Or do you?
Right.
That's right. You want to make sure everybody knows you're washing those spots. So we got 3 more of Tony's.
Yeah.
So you can see him, Tony. Which one you want first?
All right. We are now off of the
test.
We're back to the white noise generator. This one, I went to do a DRV session, and apparently they didn't want to talk to me. They wanted to talk to this woman next to me. So go ahead and play that one.
Which one?
The Cherie.
Okay. Here we go.
Did you come here so we could communicate? Yes. Okay, good. Cherie's here. She's just not in front of the computer right now. Did you want to speak with Cherie?
Okay. I hear get Cherie,
Yep.
and then I heard get her.
Yep.
And then I think another Cherie at the end.
Yep.
She said Cherie first, then she said, I hear you got Cherie or go get Cherie.
Something like that, yeah.
Then I hear you're talking to Tony, and then I said, do you want to talk to Cherie? And she says yes again. So maybe just play that one more time.
Yeah, absolutely. Play that again.
All right, here we go.
Did you come here so we could communicate? Yes. Okay, good. Cherie's here. She's just not in front of the computer right now. Did you want to speak with Cherie?
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Holy crap.
That's good. Yeah.
That's unbelievable, man.
It was cool.
That's part of the
it didn't make me feel real good, but
You
don't want to speak to me? I think I even said that later on in the clip. I'm like, am I no fun to talk to? I don't remember what they said.
We've said Anthony Rathman 747 times.
Bring Cherie, damn it.
We want to talk to
You did another session before this, and I was working, and I heard my name, Cherie, and I was thought. I think you played that before one time.
Yeah.
You play that. That was the second. This was the first one.
Right.
Yeah. They wanted.
Maybe it was one of your loved ones coming through.
It sounds like a young kid.
It's
a young girl.
It's a unique voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
You got Cherie.
Yeah.
It's
sounds younger just by the way the tonality and the sentences are put together.
Right. Can't be my mom because my mom calls me Sal. Yeah. I don't know.
You never know. Maybe it's an ancestor you never met.
Love you, son.
Right?
Yeah.
You never
That's
know.
my stepson.
Aw.
He's a doll.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah.
He's a
Go get Cherie and push her. You're making friends, honey.
Oh my god.
I love her name, but then if you put it in perspective, we're all kind of spirit stalkers, and I kind of feel creepy.
Yeah.
Go get Cherie and push her.
All right.
Not advised.
Yes, we do. It looks like Cherie's at the helm in this one.
She was. Now, this is white. These two are white noise generator, but you can just go ahead and play them. I don't remember what's in them.
Cherie is. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go.
I'm here. Do you want to talk to me?
I heard that. Yes, we do.
Yeah, there's a couple of yeses prior, and then there's a yes, we do at the end.
Yeah. Might be the dirty tequila shirt you got on.
I knew you were going to say that.
I said, "Wait, this," but she flips around, didn't realize the camera was on behind her, and she goes, "You're filming this?" She just panicked.
Play it one more time because I think I heard something in the beginning. I thought I heard something in the beginning. Can you play one more time?
Yep, here we go.
I'm here. Do you want to talk to me?
All right. So is that the same night with the one that you just showed before that one? When you were saying that they wanted to talk to her and not you, is that the same night?
No, those were two different times.
Okay, because in the beginning I hear "don't push her." I hear it says "don't push her,"
At the
and
beginning.
it was interesting because one of our guests or audience was saying that they heard "get Cherie and push her." In the beginning, I hear "don't push her."
Yeah, right at the very beginning. If you can play it again, you'll hear it.
He's pushing me to do the
because
session.
she was downstairs doing laundry,
Yeah.
and I walked away to go get her and said, "Do me a favor, that I've heard your name. Just go up and ask some questions," which she did, but that could have been the push also.
Oh, okay. I do hear "don't push her."
Yeah, right at the very beginning. You play it again. It's right in the beginning.
All right, here we go.
I'm here. Do you want to talk to me?
I hear "don't push her." She's scared.
Oh, I didn't hear that, but
Ah.
I'm sure it's there then. Yeah. Huh? Are you scared, Cherie? Play it again. Are you scared? All right, let's see. Play it again.
Oh, listen.
I'm here. Do you want to talk to me?
Yeah.
Don't
So
push her.
Spirit Stalker was right. It is absolutely there. I
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
hear it in the beginning, but
Yeah.
it's absolutely correct.
Wow.
That's awesome.
All right,
Complete sentence, complete thought,
That's good. That's very good.
beyond relevant. That's nuts.
There's some other stuff in there. I don't.
I mean, and that's that again, right? Because you always keep pointing this out in all these different instances. She was the one in the chair.
Right.
That would not have been timed and irrelevant if it was you or anybody else. It was speaking to her. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I love this shirt though.
You should see the front.
When she realized the camera was on, she's like, "I'm not turning around."
I'm like, what the heck? I saw myself. I'm like, you're filming?
I'm recording.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think I have one left, and that was probably our longest show ever.
Yeah.
Nah,
right.
we've gone longer, and this was fun.
We've done, Laura. Here we go. Last one.
I have a question for you. Will you try to answer it for me? Bring it on. Okay. My question is we have names when we're here on Earth. Do you have a name as a spirit? Yes.
I heard we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do is at
There's a
the
lot of
end.
stuff.
In the bring it on, when I said, "Can I ask a question?"
Oh, I heard "bring it on" like 3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was
There's a lot of
all
stuff in
beginning.
there. And I heard the the PUSSY word in there.
The what?
Oh, wait, we got to listen to that again.
Oh,
I heard that.
Here we go.
again.
Here we go.
I have a question for you. Will you try to answer it for me? Bring it on. Okay. My question is we have names when we're here on Earth. Do you have a name as a spirit? Yes.
I heard it twice.
Yeah,
it's twice.
In Lourdes' excellent ears. I did not hear that. Now I hear it.
Yeah.
Now I can't
That's
hear it.
And it did say absolutely we do have names or
Absolutely,
It says
we
absolutely.
do have names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. There's a lot of stuff in that.
And bring it on, like bring it
It's
on.
so clear.
It accelerated, like the sound, like the amplitude just jumped.
Yeah. Right. It's so clear. Bring it on. There's a lot of stuff in that clip. There's a lot of stuff in that clip.
Pretty impressive, Lourdes. Usually the guys catch that word before the girls do.
No, she hears it. I can't tell you how many recordings we've gone over from whatever locations are here, and she goes, "There it is." I watch. She goes, "The P word," and went, "Really?"
Sometimes I don't even acknowledge it because I hear a lot of and I don't want to focus on those kind of energies. You know what I mean? But I usually don't focus on. But they say those words a lot.
Wow. What are you shaking your head at me for?
No, I'm not shaking. You.
I just state facts.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, that was great evidence tonight, guys. That was freaking
That
awesome.
was good evidence from everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys.
Nice.
Good stuff tonight.
You know, thank you guys. I hope our audience enjoyed.
Oh, look at the puppy.
Oh, the puppy.
He enjoyed the show.
Aw.
He's like, guys, you've been on those chairs too long. Come on, let's go.
We do have one disappointing announcement for everybody. Unfortunately, EVPE will not be on next week.
Yeah.
Lourdes and Ron are traveling for the paranormal.
Yes.
Chris and Audra are not traveling for the paranormal.
I'm not traveling for the paranormal. We're going to Key West, and then I am immediately going for work to Virginia. So I will be out all next week too. So UNX will be playing an audio rerun of one of our previous shows, but we are back the 20th, and we've got a good guest that's already submitted some really good evidence. So we will be back on the 20th.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Once again, the list is so damn long. There's so many of you watching, and we are so happy to have you. Thank you guys for coming in. Wish we could thank you all
Thanks,
individually,
Carol.
but we've already gone an hour over what we usually.
Coming up on the 2.
Yeah, thank you for participating. They also
The audience, you guys were great.
It was really good.
Yeah, very good.
Guys, so
Thank you all
thanks
for coming
that.
out.
Yeah, definitely.
Good night.
And then look for us next weekend. We're gonna probably go live a few times. We're going to New Orleans Friday night, and then we're going to be there until the following Friday morning, the 17th. And then we're driving to Florence, Mississippi, and we're going to be spending 2 nights at the House in Between house from the documentary.
Which we are going to probably put out. I'm probably going to put out a live to connect with Ron and Lourdes while they're there. And we may mutually run DRV to see if we can get any connection between where they are and information. So keep an eye out.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And watch really close. You might actually see the whole EVPE gang jump in that weekend with Ron and Lourdes.
That would be great.
Yes.
That'd be nice. Yes.
Yep. And Dylan Rathman tonight. Yeah.
And Dylan Rathman. Thank you, Dylan.
Hope you feel better.
Good night, Dylan. Carol, good night.
Guys. So we will see you back on the 20th. Same network, same people.
Yeah.
And I apologize, but we will be back on the 20th. Same time, same network. And remember, if you want to connect to the station while sleeping with bats and spirits that like your ass, you have to stay haunted. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you.
Good night.
Good night. Come on now.
Can you give me a name? What's your name?